Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today's the 1st of November. And to be honest guys, the price of Bitcoin is definitely looking good and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens regarding the FOMC meeting, that is the Federal Open Market Committee. And what happens is guys, the Federal Reserve Board Chair Jerome Powell, he goes live via YouTube and he goes ahead and gives his explanation on whether he's going to go ahead and increase the interest rate hike or he's going to keep it as it is and why he's going to do that. And to be honest guys, this news might have a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because so far as I understand, this might be the last meeting for the rest of 2023, so definitely keep an eye on that. Now listen guys, Joe Biden did actually go live on YouTube via the White House YouTube channel, and he did actually go ahead and give remarks regarding artificial intelligence. Now to be honest guys, it was a bit hard to understand because I couldn't understand what he was saying, and thankfully we did have subtitles. Now because of that, unfortunately, all of the AI related tokens have definitely fallen down, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what is it that he addressed regarding artificial intelligence. Now mind you guys, he did talk some sensible things, and that is regarding safety, innovation and trust, but unfortunately it looks like a lot of developers in the artificial intelligence space and in the cryptocurrency space definitely did not like it, and that has actually caused the market of AI related tokens to crash down, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. Now look guys, whether we like it or not, central bank digital currencies are definitely going to go mainstream in the next 3 to 5 years. Now we do have some update regarding Spain, and looks like they're definitely not massive fan of central bank digital currency. And there is a recent survey which is actually published by the Bank of Spain, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. Now look guys, it's so critical to understand that when you have Bitcoin, why would you want to use central bank digital currencies? Now one of the things that perplex me the most is stable coins and central bank digital currency. I really am not sure how would stablecoin exist when we have central bank digital currency. So that is definitely an area worth looking into. Now in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss Spaniards' dislike regarding central bank digital currency. And guys, we also have some news regarding Europe. And to be honest, this is a positive news, and that is regarding BitGo. And the news is that BitGo has been granted German license, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now look guys, in 2023, there was a massive collapse regarding algorithmically backed stable coins, and I'm talking about Terra Luna, and billions of dollars were completely wiped off, and later on we also had the collapse of FTX. But in today's episode, we have some update regarding Dogecoin, who was the founder of Terra Luna, isn't it? And the news essentially is that Terraform Labs and Dogecoin are pushing back against SEC's acquisition, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Because to be honest guys, there is a lot of information that still needs to be unveiled, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is to do with the cryptocurrency exchange and Mad Labs creator Backpack. They have decided to launch licensed cryptocurrency exchange in Dubai, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. And the second news guys is more of a survey regarding UAE, and the survey was done by KuCoin Exchange. And what that survey actually states is that UAE's crypto landscape thrives at 50%, embracing long-term view. Now listen guys, whenever we are looking at survey, it's so critical to understand who is doing the survey. Now if a cryptocurrency exchange is doing a survey regarding cryptocurrencies, I'm pretty much sure they're definitely going to share only positive and great things, isn't it? So in today's episode, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to go ahead and explain what the survey is. I'll definitely highlight some of the positives, but at the same time guys, it's also critical to understand some of the negatives of the survey as well. So I'll definitely go ahead and share my thoughts and opinions on it. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, listen, guys, there are 3 things I'm absolutely passionate about. One is death metal, ice cold beer, and the third one is extreme sports, and that is Tough Mudder. And Tough Mudder, guys, is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition. It's essentially a community that is built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles, where stepping outside of your comfort zone is the actual reward. And my big question is, guys, when was the last time you did something wild for the very first time? Now listen, guys, Tough Mudder Arabia has a formidable team, and Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, is putting across a series of events this year and next year. And if you're someone who's in Dubai, there are 2 days of back-to-back Tough Mudder events as well that takes place on the 11th and the 12th of November at the iconic Jebel Ali race. Now listen, guys, there are different distances as well. You have 5 km, you have 10 km, and you also have Tough Mudder for kids as well. Now so far as the Tough Mudder 5K is concerned, it's featuring 13 of the famous teamwork inspired obstacles crammed into 5K course, and so far as 10K is concerned, it has 20 of the world's famous obstacles to tackle. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the Instagram of Tough Mudder, give them a follow, and listen, guys, if you do want to score a discount, the discount is RACESpace15, and the link for the discount is in the show notes below. I hope I get to see you there, guys, because to be honest, on the 11th and 12th, it's going to be my 25th and the 26th Tough Mudder, and one of my goals is to do 100 Tough Mudder, which hopefully might happen in the next few years. So look at the show notes below and get yourself registered, and hopefully see you at the event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech,
It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of today guys, the global cryptocurrency market is exactly the same as what it was yesterday, and it is at $1.27 trillion. But guys, listen, in my episode yesterday, that is the 31st of October, I did mention to keep an eye on a couple of metrics, and that was regarding decentralized exchange dominance, and also the numbers for decentralized exchange. They definitely tend to pick up pace on Wednesdays, so we'll definitely go and explore those numbers. And guys, listen, the numbers have definitely pumped up, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss that. But before we get into that, let me go ahead and explore some of the cryptocurrency market volumes. Because to be honest guys, the numbers are not looking that great, and the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours is only at $37.83 billion, and since the last 24 hours, it has actually gone down by 5.13%. The total volume in DeFi is not looking good either. It is at $3.67 billion, and as of today guys, DeFi is accounting for 9.69% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And guys, so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is marginally above the $40 billion mark. It is at $41.80 billion. And guys, Lido is clearly dominating so far as total value locked is concerned at $16.05 billion. Now listen guys, for some odd reason, on Wednesdays, the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance picks up pace. And to be honest guys, now I'm getting a bit worried, because what used to happen 3 months ago, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance used to pick up pace on a Sunday or early hours on Monday in the Middle East, and for some odd reason I'm seeing this massive anomaly taking place on Wednesdays. Now as of now, the decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance is at 24.85%. Now the reason guys why I'm finding this as an anomaly and an area of concern is that I'm wondering, are there centralized exchanges trying to manipulate the data, and are they doing that on a Tuesday night or Wednesday early morning? Most likely yes, because to be honest guys, the numbers picks up pace for some odd reason. And if you compare it, let's say with other metrics, like if you were to compare it with the total cryptocurrency market volume, and even with DeFi volumes, or even with stable coins, the numbers don't pick up pace. But for some odd reason, only the decentralized exchange volume picks up pace. But nonetheless, let me just share the numbers, because today guys, Uniswap has crossed the $1 billion mark and it is at $1.03 billion. Yesterday guys, I believe it was $500 million mark, isn't it? Now the number second is PancakeSwap at $263.53 million. Core Finance is at number third at $119.09 million. Mavic Protocol guys at number fourth at $103.85 million, and finally Thorchain at $87.17 million. Now guys, even if you look at the volume of stable coins, it is definitely not looking good, but compared to 2023, it is definitely higher. Now the volume of stable coins is at $33.44 billion, and as of today guys, stable coins is accounting for 88.93% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, and out of this $33.44 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $27.91 billion, whereas Circle USDC is at $3.31 billion, and Binance BUSD guys, the volume is less than $500 million mark. It is only at $390 million. Now guys, let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And guys, listen, keep a track on these numbers. When Jerome Powell will be going live, I wouldn't be surprised if the market cap of Bitcoin crosses the $700 billion mark, or it goes below the $600 billion mark. I do see some extreme volatilities so far as the market cap and also the 24-hour trading volume, and also so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned. Now as of today, 1st of November, the market cap of Bitcoin is $671 billion, Ethereum is at $215 billion, the 24-hour trading volume guys of Bitcoin is $14 billion and Ethereum is at $6.7 billion. Now mind you guys, if you were to compare these numbers with decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance, it does raise a massive question as to why the volume of decentralized exchange has pumped up, isn't it? Because ideally, if decentralized exchange volume has pumped up, the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies should have pumped up as well. But unfortunately, that is not what I'm seeing. And to be honest, since the last 3 months, I'm noticing this trend, particularly on a Wednesday. Now, so far as the dominance is concerned, Bitcoin's dominance is definitely looking good at 52.80%, and Ethereum's dominance might actually go down below the 17% mark. And if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you would definitely be loving these numbers. Now guys, in today's episode, let me run through decentralized apps that are currently working on Tron blockchain. And to be honest guys, Tron blockchain has a notorious founder, isn't it? That is Justin Sun. Now let me just go ahead and read out some of the numbers. Now mind you guys, I'm looking at two metrics. The first one is the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time, and that is 24 hours. And this number guys is mostly in terms of dollar amount, and I'm going to be comparing this with the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transactions with decentralized app smart contract since the last 24 hours. So the second matrix guys might show a number, and this number essentially means that there are so many smart contracts, and it does not mean that those many number of people are actually going ahead and using these smart contracts. It just means that there are so many smart contracts, and in these smart contracts there might be hundreds if not thousands of people going ahead and using it. And if you do want to go ahead and check how many people are using it, the Explorer for relevant blockchain protocol will be the best way to go ahead and see how many number of people actually going ahead and using these dApps. Now the first app on Tron blockchain is SunSwap, and in terms of dollar amount it is $2.09 million. In terms of wallet interactions, it is 1,480. The second one guys is Just Lend DAO, and in terms of dollar amount it is $1.27 million. In terms of unique active wallet interaction, it is 187. The third one is Bridgers. In terms of dollar amount guys, it is down to 60,330. So look at the difference between the second and the third. Absolutely massive difference, isn't it? And in terms of wallet interactions, it is 43. The fourth one guys is Transit Swap. In terms of dollar amount, it is 36,660. In terms of unique active wallet interactions, it is at 128. And finally guys, at number 5th is BitGo. In terms of dollar amount, it is 36,600. And in terms of unique active wallet interactions, it is 111. Now listen guys, a few days ago on my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, I did talk about transactions taking place on Tether USDT. For some odd reason, maximum transactions so far as Tether USDT is concerned does actually take place on Tron blockchain or not on Ethereum. Now guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, let me run through a protocol called as Waves, because to be honest guys, they definitely made quite a lot of news going back to 2016. And essentially guys, Waves is a blockchain platform created by Alexander Ivanov and is designed to be a fast and user-friendly platform, and it supports decentralized apps and smart contracts. And they also have the native token called as Waves, which is used for various transactions, and they also have some unique features. So let me go ahead and read through what the unique features are, because to be honest guys, Waves is known as being one of the early platforms that focus on making blockchain technology more practical and useful for business, and it supports things like smart contracts, self-executing agreements, and decentralized applications. Essentially, these are applications that entirely run on blockchain. And over time guys, Waves added more features like networks that connect different blockchains and a platform for decentralized finance as well. And they also have a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, which means that you can trade digital currencies without a central entity. And so far as the token supply is concerned, at the beginning guys, Waves had a limited supply of 100 million tokens, but they removed this time later, and now the number of tokens can be changed based on decisions made by people who use the network. And so far as the security mechanism is concerned guys, Waves uses a modified proof-of-stake system called as Waves NG to secure its network, and this is essentially a way of making sure transactions are valid and the network is safe, and is based on the idea from the Bitcoin world, and it's open source, meaning the code is available for anyone to see and use. And this openness guys is important because it makes the system more trustworthy and easier to maintain. So essentially, in a nutshell, Waves is a user-friendly blockchain platform created by Alexander Ivanov, known for its practical approach to business application and features like smart contracts and DeFi. And guys, as I mentioned earlier, it uses a modified proof-of-stake system for security called as Waves NG. Now guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, because to be honest guys, right now the price of Bitcoin is $34,780, and I'm reading articles right now stating that based on the FOMC meeting, there is a very high possibility that the price of Bitcoin could cross the $40,000 mark. Now listen guys, as I always say regarding Bitcoin price predictions, all price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time. Now so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, since the last 24 hours it is up by 1.14%. Since the last 7 days it is up by 1.13%. Now it's going to be really critical to listen to what Jerome Powell is saying regarding the financial policies in US, because right now guys, there's a lot of chaos going on in the Middle East and also between Ukraine and Russia, and the US now also has a Speaker of the House, so it's going to be really interesting to see if he does actually go ahead and increase the interest rate hike. Now based on the meetings that did happen in the past, there was very clear indication that in November most likely he will be increasing the interest rate hike. Now listen guys, if he does go ahead and do that, it just would mean that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies marginally should go down. But let's wait and see what decision he makes, because right now there is massive chaos going on in the Middle East, isn't it? Now so far as the price of Ethereum is concerned, it has crossed the $1,800 mark, and as of now it is $1,815, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.93%. Since the last 7 days it is up by 1.68%. Binance BNB coin guys is at $225, but since the last 24 hours it is marginally down by 0.70%, but since the last 7 days it is up by 0.42%. Now look guys, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, we have some unfortunate news regarding tokens that are connected to artificial intelligence, and Joe Biden did actually remark on artificial intelligence. And guys, listen, what I'd really recommend you to do is go to the White House YouTube channel and listen to the entire speech. I believe it is roughly 8 to 9 minutes long. Now in that speech guys, he did try to talk about AI Bill of Rights, and he was talking about protecting the public from algorithmic discrimination, and he also talked about some 7 AI research institutes, and finally he also mentioned about responsible innovation, and looks like the administration wants to focus on safety, innovation and trust. Now listen guys, if you're following US politics, Joe Biden saying all these things is absolutely scary. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, go to ChatGPT and type this thing in ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to write a poem about white race, and ChatGPT will actually say that it does not want to discriminate. But then what you can do is just type in write a poem about black race, and ChatGPT will write a beautiful poem promoting black race. Now this, to be honest guys, is a massive no, isn't it? Which just means that ChatGPT is being fed with information promoting one particular race. Ideally guys, they shouldn't be promoting any race, or they should be promoting all the races equally. And Joe Biden giving a remark on artificial intelligence definitely did not seem to be right, and a lot of them were actually worried. And CoinDesk did actually write an article which states that AI-related tokens did actually stumble after White House executive order, as critics of Joe Biden's actions wonder if innovation could be stifled. And as a matter of fact, Jeff Miko, who's the head of operations for Gensler Network, and he's also a former partner of EZ16, did actually mention via Twitter that Joe Biden giving out this information regarding AI is absolutely terrible for US innovation. Now look guys, whichever side of the party you're in, you definitely need to agree that government should try to stay away as much as possible, and even if they do have rules and regulations, these rules and regulations should try to promote and not stifle innovation. But it's going to be really interesting to see how the US election plays out, and hopefully we might get a new president, and the new president is President Donald Trump, and hopefully he does better job in artificial intelligence and also getting a Bitcoin spot ETF approved. Now guys, let's discuss news regarding central bank digital currencies. And there is news from Spain that they clearly dislike central bank digital currency, and there was a survey which was being published by the Bank of Spain, and this survey is called Study of the Habits in Use of Cash. Now go through the show notes below guys, you'll find the results of the actual survey, and according to the survey, it appears that a significant 65% of Spaniards do not express a strong interest in utilizing digital euro, and they strongly highlighted a disparity in confidence between the general population and the government regarding European Central Bank Digital Currency Initiative. So definitely check it out. And guys, what you can do is if you go to my website, that is blockchaindxb.com, there is a tab which says blockchain, and under this blockchain tab, if you were to scroll down, you'll see two documents regarding central bank digital currency. What I'd recommend you to do is download the second document, and in that second document, I've made a quick comparison between Bitcoin and central bank digital currency. I've also got and shared points on which side of politics and politicians support Bitcoin, and which side of politics and politicians are in favor or support central bank digital currency. You're more than welcome to go ahead and download it. Now guys, let's discuss some drama news from Dogecoin and Terraform Labs. Now listen guys, in 2020, Terra Luna definitely collapsed the entire stable coins, and not just the stable coins, to be honest, the entire cryptocurrency market as well, isn't it? Now since then, the SEC is aggressively going after them. A lot of the government organizations in South Korea and other parts of the world were aggressively going after Terraform Labs and their founder Dogecoin. But we have some update, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this news develops. So essentially the news guys is that Terraform Labs and the former CEO Dogecoin have filed a motion for summary judgment with the aim of swiftly dismissing the fraud allegations brought against them by the US Security and Exchange Commission, and they have vehemently denied these accusations, asserting their innocence and challenging the SEC's legal standings and interpretation of the facts. And the attorney's motion guys insist that after 2 years of investigation, the completion of a discovery period that resulted in taking of more than 20 depositions and the exchange of over 2 million pages of documents and data, the SEC is evidently no closer to proving that the defendants did not do anything wrong. Now listen guys, if you actually look at the entire case, I do actually have to agree with Dogecoin, because to be honest, there was no evil intentions. Unfortunately, it looks like the project failed, and if you actually try to do some analysis, looks like Dogecoin was not at fault. Now at the same time guys, there are clearly some haters of Dogecoin and Terra Luna, and they would obviously find out some loopholes trying to blame Dogecoin for the failure as well, isn't it? Now so far as this news is concerned, the defendants criticized the SEC's application of the Harvey test, which is essentially a legal benchmark used to determine if a transaction qualifies as an investment contract and thus a security, and they actually assert that the crypto asset in question, including UST, Luna, WLuna, and MIR, do not meet the criteria of investment contracts, and hence they are challenging the very foundation of the SEC's case, and all three elements of the Harvey test must be met for the sale of asset to constitute an investment contract. And the motion actually explains that after extensive discovery and further investigations into the factual record underpinning Harvey, it is clear that the defendants are entitled to summary judgment on the grounds that the asset at issue here are not securities, and that is actually what the lawyer said. Now listen guys, it's going to be really interesting to see how this drama unfolds, because right now we also have the case regarding Sam Bankman-Fried as well, isn't it? And most likely guys, we might find out what the verdict is regarding Sam Bankman-Fried most likely in the next 2 weeks time or so. So those were the news guys on Crypto and Coffee at 8. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news guys is that MadLab creator Backpack are planning to launch a licensed cryptocurrency exchange in Dubai. So let me go ahead and give out this information, because the news is that they have received a license from Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, to operate a virtual asset service provider license, all to call as VASP with a V. And this license guys will allow them to offer crypto services to qualified investors and institution customers in Dubai, and the exchange will be called Backpack Exchange, and the beta version of this platform is set to launch next month, and it will be open to the general public most likely by the first quarter of 2024. And Backpack Exchange guys will utilize zero-knowledge proofs for verification, and they will also employ multi-party computation for asset custody and low-latency trading for faster execution. And the exchange aims to provide a secure and efficient trading experience. And guys, they obtain operational license in other jurisdictions as well. And the NFT collections called as MadLads is based on Solana blockchain. And MadLads NFT guys, sales saw a significant increase of 357% within 24 hours. Now could this news have pumped up the price? Most likely yes, because the sales reached 588,856 in just 24 hours, and the MadLads NFT collection appears to be very highly popular and profitable as well. And Dubai's regulatory authority called as VARA has given the green light for Backpack to operate as a cryptocurrency exchange, and the use of zero-knowledge proof and multi-party computation underscores a commitment to security. And as I mentioned earlier guys, most likely it's going to be launched by the first quarter of 2024 for the public, so definitely positive news. Now the second news guys that I'd like to talk about is more of a survey which is done by KuCoin Exchange, and in that survey they found out that UAE's crypto landscape thrives as 59% embracing long-term view. So let me go ahead and share what this news is all about, and later on guys I'll try to highlight some of the negative things or things possibly the KuCoin Exchange survey might have missed. Now so far as this news is concerned, UAE crypto investors are motivated by various factors, with 59% considering cryptocurrency as a long-term investment, and 35% of users use crypto to diversify the investment portfolios, and 11% use it to hedge against inflation. 29% find crypto more convenient asset storage methods than traditional banks, and 22% guys use crypto for daily payments, 12% for cross-border remittances, and 9% for NFT purchases. And 34% of UAE crypto users are active short traders, while 19% invest for excitement and 14% due to FOMO. And so far as market volatility is concerned, 52% are accounted for them. And so far as challenges are concerned guys, market volatility accounts for 52%, and lack of trust in crypto platform is concerned, 48% are the main challenges. Now look guys, so far as security is concerned, 44% is one of the major concerns, and limited knowledge and education in the cryptocurrency space accounts for 26%, and these are some of the significant challenges. Now, so far as this report is concerned, security is a top consideration for selecting crypto exchanges for 63% of the users, brand reputation accounts for 52%, and so far as customer support is concerned, 47% claim that these are essential factors. Now listen guys, UAE is definitely showing enthusiasm for crypto innovations and even AI integrations with blockchain, and they accounted for 62% interest, and blockchain-based identity solutions account for 32%, and so far as DeFi is concerned, what that report states is that 26% has garnered significant attention. Now based on the report guys, 55% of respondents see cryptocurrencies as investment tools with a strong interest in remittances and everyday transactions, and 72% of UAE crypto investors do actually prefer Bitcoin, while 52% prefer Ethereum, and 45% strangely prefer stable coins. And also the report states that so far as infrastructure projects is concerned, 24% prefer them, and so far as layer 1 blockchain is concerned, 21% prefer them as popular investment choices. Now listen guys, so far as UAE is concerned, UAE strengths include access to funding and capital, which account for 53%, and a robust infrastructure account for 46%, and open cultural ethos account for 37%. So quite a lot to take from this survey, isn't it? Now, so far as access to talented force is concerned, favorable regulations and global networks and events are concerned, these are kind of strengths of UAE. But the UAE also has some challenges, and challenges include a lack of education and awareness, and something which I did touch base earlier on, and that accounts for 32%, and security concerns and scams account for 31%, and public perception and trust issues account for 28%. Now, what that report also states, guys, to realize its crypto potential, the UAE must address challenges, promote education, build trust, focus on security innovation, and practical blockchain application as well. Now listen, guys, those are some bits and pieces of information from the survey, but whenever you're looking at survey, you truly need to understand who's doing the survey. Now, if a cryptocurrency exchange is doing a survey, I'm pretty much sure they're only going to highlight some of the positive things, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be sharing 6 points on why such survey may not be accurate, and I'm going to be highlighting some of the negative things about this survey and general cryptocurrency surveys. So the first point that I'd like to discuss is lack of data and sample size. Now look, guys, the report doesn't mention the sample size or demographic details of the respondents, which is crucial for assessing the representation of the findings, isn't it? The second one, guys, is lack of regulatory discussion. Now, while the report highlights the motivations, challenges, and preference of UAE crypto users, it doesn't delve into the regulatory environment, which is a significant factor in the cryptocurrency industry. And the third one, guys, is limited insights into security concern. And the report, guys, mentions that 44% of respondents have security concerns, but it doesn't provide details on specific security issues or potential solutions, leaving this aspect relatively unexplored. And the fourth one, guys, is lack of in-depth analysis on education. But while education is recognized as a challenge, the report doesn't offer comprehensive analysis on how education and awareness can be improved in the UAE's crypto landscape. The fifth one, guys, is scarcity of data on cryptocurrency usage. Now, the report discusses the motivation for using cryptocurrency, but doesn't provide insights into actual usage patterns, such as the type of transactions or services that are most popular among users. And finally, guys, the sixth point is absence of future projections, and the report focuses on the current state of UAE's crypto landscape, but doesn't provide any projections or insights into the future trends and developments in the market. Now, these are just my thoughts and opinions, guys. Now, whether you agree to it or disagree to it, mention them in the comments below. And all these things being said, guys, I must say that Dubai and UAE in particular are definitely taking leaps and bounds so far as crypto adoption is concerned, and the Dubai government and the UAE government are definitely taking initiatives in order to go out and support the broader ecosystem. So UAE is definitely taking leaps and bounds in this. So that's about all, guys, from Crypto Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Ashish who asks, do you think Dogecoin and Sam Bankman-Fried's court verdict could impact the crypto market? To be honest, Ashish, this is a really brilliant question. Unfortunately, I can't say at this point of time, because what I've noticed in my experience in the cryptocurrency space is depending on how mainstream media portrays this news, that news will have an impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. What matters is how the mainstream media goes ahead and portrays this news. Now, let's say if the mainstream media were to say that Do Kwon and Sam Bankman-Fried were the bad actors, and now cryptocurrency is safe, and because of that they have been accurately being penalized, I'm pretty much sure the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would pump up. But let's say if the mainstream media would say that these are some of the bad actors, and there are many such crypto fanatics and bad actors similar to Sam Bankman-Fried and Do Kwon, and there might be many such more whom we are not aware about, and because of that we need to be wary of cryptocurrencies, I'm pretty much sure that news will actually impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in a negative way. Now, all this thing being said, Ashish, what I really don't like from the Bitcoin space, and particularly from the cryptocurrency space as well, is when FTX was at its all-time high, and when the price of Solana, because of Sam Bankman-Fried, pumped up, people were actually praising Sam Bankman-Fried, and I very specifically remember some of the posts via LinkedIn. The same people who used to actually praise Sam Bankman-Fried, the moment they found out that FTX is collapsing, they started to bash him. And I very specifically remember one of the users, what he actually said. From the beginning I knew that Sam Bankman-Fried was a fraud and FTX were to collapse, and I very specifically remember roughly 6 to 8 months ago, he himself actually stated that Solana does look like a very promising project, and it is led by the founder with phenomenal skills and great intention, and he was referring to Sam Bankman-Fried. So these are some LinkedIn experts, and they tend to praise people when things go right. But the moment things go bad, they start to bash people as well. And exactly the same happened with Terra Luna as well. When Terra Luna did buy, I believe it was roughly around $8 billion worth of Bitcoin to keep it as a reserve, Bitcoin maximalists who usually hate anything to do besides Bitcoin, they were praising Do Kwon. Because what happened is, let's say, when Terra Luna or Do Kwon went ahead and bought Bitcoin, they were supposed to hodl it or hold it, which means these Bitcoins are kind of stuck and they would not be sold. Because of that, the supply will be reduced. And at that point of time, Bitcoin maximalists absolutely loved Do Kwon, and they were praising him, and they were actually stating that even someone who is not in Bitcoin understands the importance of Bitcoin. But the moment Terra Luna collapsed, these very same people tried to bash him, and they started saying negative things, and some of them even started saying harsh words as well. And this, unfortunately, is the nature of cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And what I tend to do is I keep a track on the same people who said positive things. These same people say negative things as well. And going back to your question, it completely depends on what narrative the mainstream media portrays. So the answer to your question does depend on how mainstream media portrays this news. Now, so far Sam Bankman-Fried is concerned, he's definitely left-leaning, and he does have full support of the media. So it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of news the mainstream media portrays, irrespective of the facts. So that's my answer to that. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East, and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.